Hello, I'm Tracy, and today I want to talk to you about how you can improve your leadership skills in 4 simple steps. They have the capacity to keep themselves from falling into a comfort zone, the great danger area of success, and they are lifelong students. All leadership qualities can be learned. The hard part is identifying the qualities that you must learn to succeed as an effective leader. Follow these steps today to find out how to improve your leadership skills. First, you must always learn and improve. Never be satisfied. A key to developing leadership qualities is to read, study, and take courses. All leaders are readers. Even though they are swamped with work, they never stop reading business books and magazines, attending conferences, getting into discussions, and learning what is going on. Next, identify what leadership qualities you might be missing and learn them. Can you identify any qualities of effective leadership that you may be missing? It may be a hard thing to do, but the great thing about doing this is that when you know what qualities you are missing, you can work to improve these things about yourself. People will be born with certain leadership qualities, but missing others. Most great leaders became great because they identified the leadership qualities that they were missing and then deliberately set out to acquire those skills. As you're working to make yourself better, remember these 3 rules of becoming a better leader. The first rule is that it doesn't matter where you're coming from, it only matters where you're going. Don't worry about any past opportunities that you may have missed or any mistakes that you may have made because of a weakness. That's all past. It is the future that counts. Just because you haven't been a leader before doesn't mean that you can't become one in the future. The second rule is that if you want your life to get better, you must get better. If you want to be an effective leader, then you need to develop your leadership qualities. Work on developing any quality that you think you need, whether it is integrity or patience or delegation, until you have perfected it, and then move on and practice another. The third rule is that you can learn anything that you want to learn. You can become anything that you want to become. Leaders know what they want and then set out about making it happen. Effective leaders are always looking to improve themselves. In 4 basic steps, you can begin to improve and become a better leader right now. First, do more of certain things. Do more of those things that are of greater value to you and more important to achieving results as a leader. Resolve today to do more reading or to work on improving on the leadership qualities you may be missing. Second is do less of certain things. At the same time, you must deliberately decide to reduce the amount of time you spend on certain activities that impede your success as a leader or that don't help you move ahead faster. Third, start to do those things that you aren't doing today and that you need to be doing for the future. What are the skills and competencies or knowledge that you need in order to become a better leader? Identify them and then write them down. How can you go about learning these qualities? And fourth, stop doing certain things altogether. There may be many activities that are no longer relevant to your goals as a leader. Step back and evaluate all of your activities from the perspectives of what you are trying to achieve. You may find that what was once important is no longer important at all and should no longer take up any of your time. Before we wrap up, I'd like to leave you with a thought to share with your friends and followers. Leadership is more who you are than what you do. Now, I'd love to hear from you, so my question today is this: what is one of your leadership weaknesses or blind spots that you can improve on? Leave a comment below, and I'll be sure to follow up with you. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you want to change your future, take action, and take action now. If you enjoyed this video and feel it was valuable in teaching you about becoming a better leader, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share this video with your friends. Don't forget to click the button on the screen for a free gift. Thanks again for watching. Did you know that high self-esteem requires that you have clear values, virtues, and ideals to which you're committed and by which you live? Your values lie at the core of your personality.
Top performers in all areas are very clear about who they are and what they stand for and what they believe in. They have clear values and virtues that they will not compromise for any reason. Because you are a top performer, you know what you stand for and what you will not stand for. You know what you believe in and in what order of importance. The interesting thing is that much of your stress or unhappiness in life comes when you deviate away from your true values, from what you know to be good and true deep down within yourself. Men and women with high self-esteem are very clear about what they believe in. And the higher your values and ideals are, the more committed you become to living your life consistent with those values and ideals. And then, the more you like and respect yourself, and the higher your self-esteem will be. Lasting self-esteem and high levels of personal performance are only possible when your goals and your values are congruent. That is, when they fit together like a hand into a glove. Much of the stress that people experience comes from believing one thing down deep and trying to do something else that is not consistent or aligned with their real values. When you bring your goals and values into alignment, you feel a wonderful sense of calmness, confidence, and personal power. That is when you begin to make real progress. Perhaps the core personal value is integrity, and your integrity is always expressed in your level of truthfulness. Top people always tell the truth, no matter what the temptation or the external circumstances. They refuse to shade the truth, exaggerate, or be dishonest in any way. The wonderful thing is that the more you live in truth with yourself and others, the greater peace of mind and happiness you experience, and the more confidence and energy you have. And the best of all with regard to integrity is that you'll be more respected and esteemed by the most important people in your life. Stephen Covey says that the key to being trusted is to be trustworthy. You become trustworthy by being the kind of person who everyone trusts and believes in completely, because they know that whatever you say, it will always be the truth. Once you're clear about your values and your beliefs, you then set your goals for the outside world, and you organize your activities in such a way that they are in harmony with those values. You do what you know to be right. You only do work that you believe in. You only do things that you care about. Many people find themselves distracted and unmotivated in one job or type of work, and when they change to the right job for them, they suddenly spring into life, full of energy, enthusiasm, ambition, and high levels of happiness. You build high self-esteem by becoming clear about your values and by organizing your goals and activities around those values. When your outer life becomes congruent with your inner life, you will feel terrific about yourself and start to perform at your best. Now here's an exercise for you. Take some time to become clear about your values and beliefs. Make sure that everything you do in the outer world is in harmony with what you believe to be right and good in your inner world.
The greatest human goal is peace of mind. And the greatest obstacle to peace of mind is anger and blame aimed at other people. In order to eliminate anger and blame, you have to learn to forgive. And there are 4 people that you need to forgive if you're really serious about changing your life and learning how to live in the present. The first people you have to forgive are your parents, living or dead. You must absolutely forgive them for every mistake they ever made in bringing you up. At the very least, you should be grateful to them for giving you life. They got you here. If you're happy to be alive, you can forgive them for everything else. Never complain about them again. Many of my seminar participants have phoned or visited their parents after the seminar and told them that they forgive them for everything and for every mistake they ever made bringing them up. Often, this simple act of courage and character on your part has had the profound effect on their relationship with their mother or father. From that day onward, they become good friends with their parents, which then lasted for the rest of their lives together. On the other hand, by not forgiving your parents, you remain forever a child.
You block your own chance to grow up and become a fully functioning adult. You continue to see yourself as a victim of your parents, a victim of your childhood. And even worse, you keep your negative feelings of inferiority and anger alive inside yourself. If your parents die without your having forgiven them, it can bother you for the rest of your life. The second persons you must forgive are the people from your marriages or relationships that didn't work out. These intimate relationships can be so intense and so threatening to your feelings of self-esteem and self-worth that you can become angry and unforgiving toward these people for years. But remember, you were at least partially responsible for the relationships in your life that didn't work out. Have the personal strength and integrity to say those magic words, "I am responsible." And then think of ways that you were responsible for the relationship rather than thinking of reasons why the other person is to blame. Forgive the other person and let him or her go. Say these words, "I forgive him or her for everything, and I wish him or her well." Each time you repeat this, the negative emotion attached to the memory will diminish, almost like turning down the heat on a pot. It gets cooler and cooler, and soon it will be gone forever. Many of my seminar graduates have found that the letter is the key to putting a bad relationship behind them forever. This is a powerful technique that I learned many years ago and that can free you from feelings of anger and resentment almost instantly. It can liberate you from the negativity of a past relationship in a matter of seconds. Here's how it works. What you do is you sit down and you write the other person a letter of forgiveness. This letter consists of 3 parts. First you say, "I forgive you for everything you ever did that hurt me." Second, you write out a description or list of every single thing that you're still angry about. Some people write several pages in this part, what you did, what you said, what you didn't do, and so on. They get it all on paper. And third, you end the letter with these words, "I wish you well." You then take the letter to the mailbox and drop it in. Or if you're using email, and I prefer to do it on paper, if you're using email, press send. At that moment, you'll feel a huge sense of relief and you'll be free at last. By the way, don't worry about how the other person might react. This is not your concern. Your goal is to free yourself. It's to regain your peace of mind and to get on with the wonderful life that lies ahead of you. Now, the third person you must forgive is everyone else in your life who has ever hurt you in any way. Let them go. Forgive every boss, every business partner, friend, or crook, or betrayer who has ever caused you grief of any kind. Clean the slate and forgive and forget. Wipe away each of their names and wipe the images off by just saying, whenever you think of them, "I forgive him or her for everything and I wish them well. I forgive them for everything and I wish them well." You just repeat this statement every time you think of the other person or situation until the negative emotions actually disappear. It's the most amazing darn thing. Again, when you start to say it initially, when you think of the other person and they make you mad, you won't see much of a reaction. But as you keep saying it, "I forgive them and wish them well. I forgive them and wish them well," your temperature goes down and down and down, and like a fire with no fuel, it finally goes cold, and all the emotion is gone. The fourth and final person you have to forgive is yourself. You must absolutely forgive yourself for every silly, senseless, wicked, brainless, thoughtless, or cruel thing that you've ever done or said. Stop carrying these past mistakes around with you. That was then, and this is now. Think of it this way. When you did those things in the past that you still feel badly about, you were not the person that you are today. At that time, you were a different person. You were younger and less experienced. You were not your true self as you are today. You were an immature version of the person that you have become with experience. So stop beating yourself up for something that occurred in the past, something that a different person did, not you, and something that you cannot change. Just say the words, I forgive myself for every mistake I ever made. I am a thoroughly good person, and I'm going to have a wonderful future. Even better, you can add the words, I love myself unconditionally. When you love yourself unconditionally, you let yourself go. Now, whenever you think of that past event or situation or person that you hurt or did something untoward to, just repeat, I forgive myself completely. And then get on with your life. Focus on the future rather than the past, and don't look back. Look at where you're going rather than where you've been. And finally, if you did something that hurt someone and you still feel badly about it, you can go to that person or write and apologize. Just tell the person you're sorry for what you did or said. Whatever his or her reaction, positive or negative, it doesn't matter. The very act of repentance, of expressing regret, will set you free. Please visit www.briantracy.com, my newsletters, to sign up for my free weekly newsletters and my goal-setting guide. That goal-setting guide, by the way, is neat. You can use it to plan the next year of your life.
A turning point in my life came when I learned that your level of self-esteem is the critical determinant of your happiness and your success in life. And your self-esteem is defined as how much you like yourself, how much you respect yourself, how much you value yourself in your interactions with other people. And the more you like yourself and value yourself, the more you like and value other people. And the more you like and value other people, the more they value you right back. We also found out that self-esteem is like physical fitness. You can actually build your self-esteem consistently over time by doing and saying certain things. So the starting point of building your self-esteem is for you to have a clear sense of who you are and what you want. Let's say, what are your very best qualities? What are your very best skills and abilities? What are the things that you do or have done in the past that account for most of your success? When you think back on the things that you're good at and the things that you enjoy and the things that make you happy, you'll find that you like yourself and respect yourself even more. A second way to build your self-esteem is to set goals. Is to say, if I could achieve anything at all in life, what would I like to achieve in the weeks and months and years ahead? And write it down, write it down, write it down. Here's what psychologists have discovered. Setting big goals for yourself improves your self-image and raises your self-esteem. You actually like yourself and respect yourself more when you have big goals for your life. You have more self-confidence and you're happier about yourself. A third way to build your self-esteem is through self-discipline. We say that self-esteem leads to self-discipline, and self-discipline increases your self-esteem. So that means setting priorities on your work, saying to yourself, what is the most important thing I could do right now? And then disciplining yourself to do that. Now here's the key, and it's the great key to success. It's called task completion. Whenever you start and complete a task, your self-esteem goes up. You like and respect yourself more. You feel like a winner because completing a task is like crossing a finish line. It gives you a feeling of winning. So if you start and complete any task, your self-esteem goes up. If you start and complete your most important task, your self-esteem goes, whew, it goes up very high, and you feel sometimes exhilarated. Your brain releases endorphins, which are called nature's happy drug. They make you happy. And not only that, they motivate you to want to do more things and to do them better and to do them sooner as well. So those are some of the ways to raise your self-esteem, and especially underline everything that you do by repeating the magic words, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. Know who you are, set clear goals, work on the most important things that you can do to achieve those goals, and discipline yourself to complete your tasks. And your self-esteem will go up and up and up. If you like this video, please leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to get new videos like this in the future. SMART goals and use them to keep your employees motivated. For people in management roles, goal setting is absolutely essential to motivating employees and creating an environment where they can win and feel like winners. The 10-90 rule in SMART goal setting says that the first 10% of the time that you spend developing absolute clarity about what is to be done, you will save 90% of the time once you begin. It can also save you 90% of the mistakes, the costs, and the times of other people involved. You've heard it said that you can't hit a target that you can't see. And the follow-up that is if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. You've heard of SMART goal setting, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bounded. Let's go over what each of these means. A SMART goal is specific. It is perfectly clear to everyone who must be involved in its achievement. A child can tell you how close you are to accomplishing it. It is clear and unambiguous. Most of the problems with goal achieving stem back to a lack of clarity in setting the goal in the first place. A SMART goal is measurable. It can be defined in numerical or financial terms. It can be broken down into steps, each of which can be measured as well. The more clear the measures, the easier it is to focus and concentrate on achieving those numbers. A SMART goal is achievable. It can be accomplished within the constraints of time, money, the external environment, the economy, the skills, and abilities of the team members, and the other constraints contained both inside and outside the company. A SMART goal is realistic. It is within the bounds of reality and is something that people can develop a high level of confidence in achieving. In goal setting, many goals are merely aspirational. They do not reflect reality. They are more wishes and hopes than goals. A SMART goal is time-bounded. When you have specific schedules for the attainment of each part of the goal and the completion of each part of the task, it is much easier for people to achieve the goal on schedule. After you've defined your goal and all of its parts, you must define winning. Defining winning can be a magic factor in motivating employees. For a person to win, he has to know where the finish line is. He has to know how you define winning. He has to know exactly what he has to do to accomplish the task and cross the finish line. The smaller and tighter the increments, the easier it is for the other person to feel like a winner. Each time that the staff member achieves a mini goal, he or she feels like a mini winner. It is the manager's responsibility to help the employee see that they are using proper goal setting techniques and setting reasonable milestones for them to achieve the goals that they've set. When you assign people a large multitask project that may take many months to complete, be sure to set up a series of milestones and benchmarks so that people have clear short-term targets to aim at and continually generate the feeling of winning. For a person to feel like a winner, he or she must succeed at the task. He must achieve the goal. He must accomplish the responsibility and get the result that he was tasked for. Not only is it the job of the manager to be consistently motivating employees, but doing so by helping each person to have success experiences. If a person has been given a job that is too much for him, the job of the manager is to adjust the job, assign parts of it to someone else, and make it more manageable for the employee. The focus is always on making sure that whatever job the person has, they are capable of doing it successfully sooner or later. The best way for motivating employees who are new is to give them a series of small jobs, jobs clearly within their experience and ability. Everybody needs to be recognized for their individual accomplishments by the people around them, and especially above them. Since your team members are intrinsically motivated, it is the anticipation of the recognition they will receive for the completion of a task that motivates them internally to go the extra mile. A good tactic for motivating employees is to give positive recognition for an accomplishment, which raises a person's self-esteem improves their self-image, and motivates them to do even more and better in the future. This is the icing on the cake. You can only get by with praise and recognition for task completion for a limited amount of time. At some point, you must give some kind of reward to acknowledge superior results. Along with motivating employees, if there are no rewards following extra efforts, people soon lose their enthusiasm and conclude internally, what's the use? Rewards, however, can be tangible or intangible. A tangible reward is material or financial in some way. It may be a briefcase or a gift certificate. It may be a bonus or a pay increase. These rewards are great for motivating employees, but not as a continuous spur to better performance. Rewards can be intangible as well. An intangible reward can be something as simple as taking the person out to lunch to celebrate their success. It can be a bigger office or desk. It can be a new office chair or a new computer. I learned that the best financial reward for motivating employees is a specific bonus tied to the completion of a specific task. It is a one-time affair. It is not a permanent pay increase that goes on month after month. Short-term rewards and bonuses are just as motivating as long-term pay increases. Another intangible reward is time off. When one of my staff members does a great job on a project, I tell them in advance that they need not come in on a Friday. I always give them time to plan their day off in advance rather than telling them at the last minute. If you enjoyed this video and feel it was valuable in discussing how to better set SMART goals and motivate your employees, share it with your friends or anyone else who may benefit from this information. Now, before we wrap up, I'd like to leave you with a thought to share with your friends and followers. Do something to move yourself towards your major goal every day. Now, I'd love to hear from you, so my question today is, have you ever tried setting SMART goals? How do they work out for you? Leave a comment below, and I'll be sure to follow up with you. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you want to change your future, take action, and take action now. If you enjoyed this video and feel it was valuable in goal setting, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share this video with your friends, and click the button on the screen for a free gift. Thanks again for watching.